Hi, welcome to AllBrands After Hours with me, your host, Courtney Douthat. Welcome to the show where we hang out and craft together. Today we'll be doing some Valentine projects with our Brother ScanNCut. Let's do it. So for the first project, I want to do of course, cute card. But it's a little bit different. This card has a little extra to it. So we're gonna jump into Canvas Workspace, which if you don't know is the free software that Brother does give you. There's also Art Spirit, and I heard you guys loud and clear on the last show. You like when I go into Canvas and you like when I take designs from places that you can get free, because free is awesome. So let's jump into Canvas and get our design. Alrighty, so when you first log into your Canvas Workspace account, this is what you're gonna see. It automatically pulls up all the amazing things that are saved in here. And they saved, so they never go away. So you could get things that are from previous years. So I'm gonna come here and type in Valentines. There we go. And these are all the different ones available to me right now that are Valentine's Day related. So I like this one. So this is actually a pop-up card. How cool is this? And when you go in Canvas Workspace, they'll have all the different pieces already labeled out for you in the individual mats. They will also have, of course, a quick little video of how to do it and a PDF, which is called the recipe, that will actually give you a breakdown of all the different places. So I'm gonna go ahead and open this so you guys can see what it looks like. And this right here is the ScanNCut recipe card. So it gives you all the different pieces, how to fold them, where to fold them, everything like that. This is a really, really great resource. So how cute. I might not do the bow. We'll see. Oh, maybe I could add a gem. Okay. That's the great thing about ScanNCut is even though it's made up like this, you can do them however you want. So I have my ScanNCut on right now. It is wireless and I have all the pieces right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select one of the mats. And you're like, Courtney, where did it go? Well, if we were to click out, there it is. So it already laid it on the mat for me. So it knows that, hey, if you want to put multiple on here, you totally can. It's up to you. And if you want to get back to the screen where your design was, you just select right here. And it's going to pop up our design. And we'll type in Valentine again. Enter. Come back to our pop-up card. And then we can get our next piece. There we go. And Courtney, where did that go? It's right there on top of there. So I'm actually going to click out and I'm going to delete this out because I just want this piece, because I'm actually going to send this over to my machine right now. So I can go ahead and start getting things cut. So we're going to hit File, Export, and we're going to export transfer FCM via the internet because our machine is wireless. You can click that, it's processing, and now it's over there. So now the design is in my machine. So let's go ahead and retrieve that part of it. So we're gonna go ahead, click the screen, wake her on up, hit OK. All right, and we're gonna come to retrieve data from our cloud. And there she is. How amazing is that? So just make sure your Wi-Fi is connected and you've already registered your machine through Canvas. Alrighty, so I've got that first piece in there. So I'm gonna go ahead and start cutting out. So I have all my cardstock right here. I'm just gonna stick it back there. There we go. So I have my red piece of cardstock that I want it to be my big part on there. That's like the main part of my card. And of course you're thinking, Courtney, what blade and what mat do we use to cut out cardstock? So I'm going to take this one out, which is my rotary blade, and I'm going to put my black auto blade in there. So black auto blade in there. And of course, since it is paper, I'm going to use my low tack mat. So I have my blue low tack mat here, and I'm going to take my cardstock, which happens to actually be a 12 by 12, so how awesome. You of course can resize your card, but if you're going to resize your card, remember to resize everything that's going to be on your card, so it's all proportional. I like the size that the card was, so I'm not going to resize. So I'm just going to go ahead, hit that load button. All right, there it is. Everything looks great. We're going to hit OK. Please select, and we want to cut. Alrighty, half cut is off because remember half cut is only for vinyl. And start. So what it's doing now is it's coming down, it's testing how deep that material is, and how like I'm pointing at you, and it's only going to cut out that material. So you're not going to hurt your mat, you're not going to not cut through all the way. It's perfectly going to cut it out for however deep that it knows that material is. That's so cool. Now, if you notice, she's hopping up and down because she's doing a perforated line. What? Yes. So she's actually creating a little perforated line. So when we go to fold it, it's a nice crisp fold. So good. Alrighty, she's done with that part. And she's already wanting to pop off the mat. Oh my goodness. How cool is that? Okay, let me put this over here. How cool is that? So there's actually like a little part and there's perforated lines. Like, let me show you up close. Because up close cam you can't lie on. Look at that. Can y'all see that? You're like, no, we can't. There's little perforated lines. There you go. You can see it a little bit better there. How amazing is that? Now it cut out the opening, which will be the part that actually lets us cut out or have the little part folding out and popping out. Okay, I'm excited. And we're gonna stick our next color on there. So I have the red, thinking, have some pink. Maybe the next one could be pink. I keep a lot of these big, like, ones you can buy from the store with just like a bunch of different color cardstock because I really enjoy doing cardstock on my ScanNCut. All right, so we're gonna put that next piece on there and transfer over that design. And I'm gonna select the next piece of it. And if I put that down, there it is. So I'm gonna delete out that back part. And now I just have this. We're gonna hit File, Export, wirelessly, because it's so much easier than going through a USB. And there it goes, it sent it over. So that's all you have to do to be able to get all of your pieces. You just keep doing that and then sending them over to your machine. Retrieve data from the cloud. Now you can carry one thing in the pocket at a time. So even though we were cutting out that other design, this design that we had transferred over was just waiting there in the pocket. So remember, one thing at a time in the pocket. Now, something I think would be really great to show you with this particular design is that design is actually bigger than what's on here. So if I thought that my piece might have trouble fitting on there, like the one we did this was a 12 by 12 sheet. So I knew that this design was perfectly fine. However, this is what, an 8 by 11 regular piece of cardstock. So I don't know if this is gonna fit on there fine. So I'm actually gonna scan in my design so I can see it on my screen on this in color and kind of maneuver my design so I know that it fits on here to cut out just fine. This is a great way to use up any scrap materials that you have. Scanning in your design is fabulous. And of course, it's all done built in. So let's scan in our design. All right, and we're gonna come to here. This is where a mat through a bar. And this is where you're going to be able to scan in to see in color what's on your mat. All right, so we're gonna load our machine or our mat in. Okay, and hit start. There she goes, she's coming back. Alrighty, and now on our screen, currently I take mine and I actually lower the scan. I make it lighter, but if you want it to be a darker scan, just go here, and there it is, a lot darker. The only reason I do that is because it puts a red box around there, and if I'm doing color that's red, like I did last, or pink like this, it's a little bit harder to see. So you can, of course, make that scan a little bit lighter, like that, so you can see it a little bit better, but it's personal choice. Alrighty, now let's look at all of our pieces. They are, of course, individual pieces, and they do not have to be right there. Let's see, if I bring this over, it's gonna fit, but it's gonna be a tight fit. So what I would actually do, and this is pretty crazy, is I'm gonna hit Edit, Object Edit, and I'm gonna rotate it just a little. Look at that, and now it fits. Isn't that wild? Alrighty, so now it fits on there. I can come take these pieces, and same thing, rotate them so that way they fit into any little cubby that I have. How wild. Alrighty, so I did that, and I could probably fit this one. This one looks like it might be hanging off just a bit. If I really wanted to be tricky, I could try to fit it in somewhere. I don't know about that one, so I might just have this big one cut out of here and then take the little ones off to its own mat. So we're gonna hit Edit, alright, and delete. But now at least our big one fits. Hit OK. OK again. Please select and cut. And start. And don't worry, I can still bring in those other pieces because the design's still saved on my machine. There she goes. This is such an easy project. Honestly, a few times I forgot to get like the teachers a card to put in their little gifts. Lifesaver, because yes, I could take a piece of paper and write, you know, Happy Valentine's Day, thank you for teaching my kid and being awesome, but like, you know, a little extra that they appreciate. I really just want to fold this so bad. I really want to fold this. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna be good. I'm gonna do it all at once. And she's done with that part. There we go. But man, I really want to do it. Alrighty. Here we go. And pop her off. Boop. Alrighty, so I'm gonna go ahead and get the next part, and I'm gonna cut through every single one of them. Maybe I'll just do it in fast mode so you don't have to watch me do every single one of these. So while she's cutting out, I of course want to do the membership spotlight.
Robin Bryant, thank you so much for being a member, Robin.
Okay, and then we'll take this one, and instead of folding it like this, because I don't want to do that, I'm going to take this little part and fold it out. Like this. So that is sticking out like that. See? There you go. Okay. So that way, it wants to fold like this. See how it's got that little opening? There you go. Alright, so we're supposed to glue them together, but I don't know where my glue is, so I'm just going to tape it. Glue it. Gluing it would be better. And this is the thing I love about ScanNCut. While it's cutting out that part, I'm doing something else. Okay. Oh, you know what's really good is that I've said it before, and I'll pop a picture. That like glue that you like roll. That's good. That's some good glue. Alrighty. There we go. Okay. So we're gonna put this on top of here and line them up. Oh. Ah! Okay. You know what? Folding it. That's the move. Just putting it right on the crease. So before it even touches any other part, I'm gonna fold it and put it right there. Boom. Ah, perfect. That was the move. Yep, that was the move. Okay, now they're perfectly in line. How cute is that? Oh, I love that. Alrighty, so we have that piece together. She's done cutting. I will get to you in a minute, girl. I don't need your pieces yet. So we have this right here, and what we're gonna do is now we're gonna start assembling our little hearts, because it takes a few of the hearts together to make it. Now, you can of course do the design that they have on there, which is like here and everything like that, but it's yours, so you can kind of mix and match and do whatever you want. So I'm just gonna fit these around here how I want. Maybe like that, and play with the colors. That we're getting somewhere on this. Okay, and then put this heart in here with the blue. Maybe this one over here. And this is the great thing about ScanNCut, is you really can make it to whatever it is that you want of your exact design. You don't have to follow the recipe or, things exactly, or if you're like me and you just don't listen, then it's never really accurate. There you go. All right, very cute. I have leftover pieces. It's kind of like when you build IKEA furniture and you're like, well, I finished. What are you guys doing still here? Alrighty, so take my tape. If you have glue, use glue. Okay, just glue to the back of that one and gluing it down. Okay, I think I like this. Ignore the extra pieces. Oh, you know what? I could put those on the front. How cute. Okay, we'll figure that out in a minute. But how cute is this? Oh, I love it. Okay, so let's grab the other pieces. Okay, here we go. So now we have that. Let's take our white piece. So our white piece is the one that had the line through it. It's like I did this with thick cardstock. So it was so pretty and it had a texture to it, okay? And then we're gonna take it and put it on here. So that way, I know! Okay, there we go. And again, it's got a perforate line, so putting it to the center is probably our best bet. Okay, here we go. Just gonna squeeze that on down. I love it. Oh, I already love it. It's not even in there. Okay, so we have that folded. She is a little house. And I'm going to attach it to here. But I've got to attach it in a way where I know that it can still close. So what I might do is just go like this and like actually close it and see how that's pulling out. Well, I know I need to lower it so it doesn't. Okay, haha. Okay, there we go. So now I know it needs to be down here. So it's hidden in the card, but still attached. Okay, there we go. All right, I'm gonna open it on up. Just remember where that part was. You know what I might do is just tape it from the back. All right, so what I did was, how cute is this? I just went into here. Ooh, let's see where you can see it. best. There it goes. So that little red part that was coming out right there and the little white part, I just put tape right there. But if you wanted to put hot glue in between there, that would hold it better. Oh my gosh, I love it. I love it, I love it, I love it. That is so cute. Okay, so now the last little bit, so they give you a little, I don't know what you would call this thing, a bow of some sort to put on there, like this, and then you stick that on the front of it, little dot in the center of that, like that. Ta-da. Very cute. Let's move on to the next project. The next one is very niche, I'm very aware. But I'm actually going to use heat transfer vinyl to make a tic-tac-toe board. Now this little pouch that I found already had the little individual pieces, so I could put the tic-tac-toe through there. Or on the back of this canvas pouch, which honestly, if you couldn't find a pouch, you can sew one, it's super easy. We could put a tic-tac-toe in there and then put candy in there for the class, and then they could use the candy, so put 2 different kinds of candies, and they could use those for the tic-tac-toe boards. And this would be a super easy, fast Valentine's gift for him to give his class. So little Valentines. How cute would that be? And you could put each of their name on there with heat transfer vinyl if you wanted to. So now you could of course cut out little bitty cardstock shapes if you wanted to, and that could be your tic-tac-toe in different colors, or again the candy, whatever you prefer. So let's jump into the machine and we're gonna make our own little tic-tac-toe board. Alrighty, so what I'm gonna do is go to pattern, shapes, and then we're just gonna take this shape right here. Okay? So I'm actually going to lock this shape, so I'm going to make the height a lot smaller. Alright, make the width a lot longer. So measure your pouch to figure out what width. I know that I want it a little bit less than a 4. Okay? And I know that I want it a lot thinner. Okay, cool. And I know that I want 4 of them. Hit set. All right, now here's all my lines. So we're gonna take these and I'm gonna place them right here. Okay. And they're right on top of the 2. So every 2, they're on top. We're gonna take these guys right here at the top. We're gonna edit them, object edit, and I'm going to rotate them 90 degrees. There we go. Bring that one on over. Take this one, rotate it 90. Bring it on over. Okay. And we're going to try to get this as even as we possibly can. Okay. Okay. How does that look? Looks very tic-tac-toe if you ask me. So alright, so we're going to hit OK. We're going to select everything. Object edit, and we're going to weld those together. Now look at that. So now any part that was a crosshair is now welded together as one piece. So now we don't have, it's not going to cut through that line. So we're going to hit OK. OK again. Please select, and we want to cut. Okay, we're going to take some heat transfer vinyl that's glittery, because why not? This is something fun. There we go. Put this down on our standard mat, so the purple mat. And we're going to do shiny side down. Courtney, why is that? So if our design had actually been directional, then I would have wanted to flip my design. But since our tic-tac-toe board's not directional, I'm good. So let's go ahead and load in. Now remember, vinyl is 2 parts. So we are going to want to make sure that half cut is on. So we're going to come to the wrench icon, scroll down 1, half cut on. And we might as well put a weeding box on. That just creates a box on there so you're not wasting any vinyl. All right, let's hit start. So the machine's gonna come down and detect where the halfway mark is. Oh, and by the way, we are still using our black rotary blade. Now, if you do have a blue vinyl blade, I highly recommend using it. It just does vinyl a little bit better, but your black one can get you through it if you need it. There you go. It's so cool. So we literally just created that design. We could save it in our machine and we have an automatic tic-tac-toe board. When I tell you my kids are obsessed with playing tic-tac-toe, they're obsessed. Done. All right, there we go. All right, so the best thing I recommend, if you've saved your vinyl in a roll, it's going to want to roll up when you're weeding it. And that can be really frustrating when you're doing pressure-sensitive vinyl because it wants to stick to you. But heat transfer vinyl doesn't do that to you. It doesn't want to stick to you. But I always recommend to come to the corner of your design. I put a weeding box so I know this is my corner. This is so so cool. All right, I am gonna take it off my mat. Oh, here we go, put my mat down there. Here we go. Oh, I'll do it up close so you can see. All right, so here we go. And we're just gonna take away the things we do not want and leaving only the things we do want. Alrighty, here we go. And if you do have a weeding tool, this would come in super handy, but heat transfer vinyl is kind of easy too. Now, if you notice, mine's wanting to come off in pieces because this vinyl is pretty old, to be honest with you. There we go. How cool! So I am just going to take my vinyl and I am going to cut out within that weeding box because I don't want any of the rest of this vinyl sticking on there. There we go. Ta-da! All right, and that's good to be used for something else. Alrighty, here's our tic-tac-toe board, and I could have done it way bigger. I didn't measure properly. There we go. All right, so now all we have to do, if you notice that vinyl has that clear part, because vinyl's 2 parts, that clear part's on there, so we're gonna stick it to wherever we want it stuck to, and then we're gonna put a protective cloth. It can be just a plain old piece of cotton fabric you have left over, and then we're gonna iron down. Once it's ironed down and that glue is heated up properly, that clear part will come on off, and then that vinyl stays on. So the last project is probably very niche, and I am fully aware of that, but I think it's pretty cool. I wanna make a Valentine piñata. Courtney, what? Yeah, so I make piñatas all the time for different things. My favorite is my son's first birthday. I made tons of A's because his name's Alex. So I put A's all over his plate. I made piñatas so everyone went home and that was the prize or the thing that you went home, the little party gift. Was an A, and it was full of candy and a bunch of different little cute things for his little friends to take home. So it's so easy to make a piñata, especially a small one. So let's jump into the machine and get our design. Now again, you could select a letter if you wanted to. So let's go to pattern. All right, so we're gonna come in here for shapes. And I know that there's a heart. Now you can of course make this out of any shape that you want to, but I know I want to do mine out of a heart. So here's some heart options. I like that one, she looks great. We're gonna hit set. Now this is where you decide how big do you want your piñata to be. So I'm gonna do it a little bit bigger than this. So we're gonna edit, object edit, make it a little bit bigger. Because the bigger it is, the more candy you can put in there, or whatever you want. So I'm gonna hit okay. And I'm actually going to add 2 because I know I want 2 of these. There we go. Hit okay. So I know I want to try to fit 2 of them on the same little paper that I have. So I'm going to hit object edit and I'm going to flip it. If you haven't noticed, this is my party trick. There we go. All right, looks good. We're going to hit okay. Okay again. Okay again. Okay again. Please select and I want to cut. We're going to turn half cut off. Scroll down the bottom. Half cut off because this is not vinyl. We want to go through all of it. And let's load our mat. All right, now this is very weird. So usually I would do this with cardboard. And we've done cutting cardboard out before on the show if you've ever seen our reindeer video that we made out of cardboard. But today I'm just gonna use a old manila folder. Courtney, why are you doing this? Because I know I have to make a lot of these and I don't feel like doing it with cardboard, which I have a ton of these. So I'm just putting this on there. I actually took it and I opened it up and I just cut it down the center, cut off my tongue. Alrighty, so we have this. Let's go ahead and load it into our machine. So again, we're using the black auto blade and the blue mat. So we're getting some use out of this. Let's go ahead and hit start. Now, so this is gonna give us the 2 different pieces for our piñatas. And we're actually gonna take the other part of our folder that I cut off and I am gonna put it on there and then we're gonna have this cut into strips. Yes, you can cut your own strips with some scissors. However, I just throw it in my machine. It does strips for me and we're done. So we are gonna wanna make sure that our strips are actually long enough to go all the way around the heart. Right? And she's done. Here we go. Here we go. So I take these guys off. How cute is that? I love it. All right, so that's the front of our piñata and the back of our piñata, and now we need strips to go all the way around. Now, if you're thinking, Courtney, this isn't a very fun piñata color. It's not, because I'm gonna add some frills to it. So let me put this on here. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and let's make our strips. We're gonna come back home, hit okay, pattern, here again, let's get a rectangle, and then we're going to lock it. So remember, the ScanNCut wants to resize like braiding. So if I up or lower it, it's gonna up and lower the whole part of it. But if I actually lock it, if I change the height, then the width doesn't change. If I change the width, the height doesn't change. How wild is that? So I want the height to zoom on up for me. There we go. Lovely. And I want that width to go ahead and lower on down. Now this is the width that your piñatas are going to be. So this is when you decide, hey, how big do I want it to actually be? I like to do it at least a 2-inch for these mini ones, but you could do it bigger or smaller, whatever you prefer. But 2-inch seems like a good bet for me. Alrighty, there we go. I made the strips pretty big. And we're going to need multiple of these strips. So let's go ahead and tell it to make me 3. There we go. Perfect. And look how it lines them like perfectly together. Oh, I love it. All right. So I know I did not put my thing on there quite as straight. So I'm going to pull these down for me. Here we go. Okay. Looks good. And I think I'll only need 3. If I need to make more, I can. So we're going to hit cut. All right. I'm going to load in my mat. Okay. And hit start. And then she's just gonna literally cut me strips. That's all she's doing. Because what I'm gonna do is actually take both parts of here and I'm going to actually tape them all the way around, or you can glue it, hot glue it. Alrighty, so I have all my pieces here. Okay, so this is the easiest way I can explain it. So I have my heart here and I'm going to lay the piece where it's circling around. But I'm gonna have it where this part butts up. So it's actually going to be like inside of there and it's gonna wrap around. Now, this piece is pretty, manila folders are pretty pliable. But if it hadn't been pliable, this is where I would take my cardboard or cardstock or anything, and I would actually kind of bend it a little bit. And then that way, it wants to kind of wrap around here. But this is pretty wrapping pretty well. Now, if you are doing cardboard, I highly recommend hot gluing it, or duct tape. Duct tape also works. So, what I'm going to do, this is so weird, I'm fully aware. All right, is I'm going to take some tape and I'm going to take one of my strips and I'm going to put it halfway on that strip like that, okay? And then I'm going to come over to my heart and pull up that tape, and then I'm just going to go ahead and start wrapping it around the heart and taping it down. It's the easiest way that I've seen how to do it, but it is 100% up to you how you want to do it. There we go. So my tape is on the inside, you see it? And then the outside looks like that. Like, how cool. It kind of looks like a candy box. And actually, you can tape this piece and then the piece that you're starting on the next one kind of together to create a perfect seam. Okay. There we go. And we're going to keep coming around. So, tape on here. Oh, gosh. So I'm going to put the tape on there. So that sticky part is actually right here. Okay, and lay it on down. And there might be better ways to do it. This is, again, this is just how I do it. Okay, all right, another piece of tape. And push it on in. And then that way it starts looking like that. Not perfect, but we're doing good. The end right there, and I'm just going to tape it down. Because again, you won't see this part. So they won't see this part from the outside. There we go. Cute. All right, so now that we have that, you're like, Courtney, we're missing some stuff. Now this is the part where if you wanted to leave a little opening, again, to put candy or whatever inside, go ahead and cut it now. So that bottom part that was open right there, I could have honestly left that open and just been able to push candy into there. Or if you want to go ahead and fill it now before we add this part, that's always great. It's completely up to you. So now that we have that top part on there, I'm going to lay this on here, and then I'm just going to make sure it's centered to where it needs to be. And then put the piece of tape, there we go, and just do like that. And then it closes it. Okay, there we go. So put however many you think you need to close her on up. Okay. And again, you won't see this. How cool! Right, so now we've made a cute little box. So now all I usually do is I take some streamer, like this, and I'll put some, kind of like accordion style, kind of long. There we go. Okay. Like that. So it's just a few layers together. And then I might fold it in half again, so that way it's a smaller piece. Then I'll come and take some scissors. Ooh, almost dropped those. There we go. And I fringe it. Now, Courtney, can your ScanNCut do this for you? I mean, it could, but you'd have to put it one layer at a time, and that just seems a bit time consuming to cut some fringe. Where I can just do it like this, and it cuts me a lot of fringe all at once. So I'm cutting up probably about 2/3 of the way up. So stopping right there. I'm not going all the way up with my fringe because I don't want to cut through this. I just want to make some cute fringe. And you can make your fringe however thick or thin you want it to be. There we go. All right, now when we open her on up, how cute is that? And what you're wanting to do is you're going to take your piñata, and you can glue this or tape this, whatever you prefer, and you're going to want to take it and wrap it around it. So I would probably, depending on what your design, you could do it in multiple colors, which I probably will, or you can do it in one solid color. There we go. So now when I put this down on top of it, like, you don't really see that manila part. So, and then of course we could cut that to be whatever, but I want this super, super thick. So I'm gonna keep going around. So I'm gonna keep going around, taping this down. So that way it starts looking like this and kind of cute. I'll layer it all together. Okay, so now I have some red, so I can start doing a red layer. Like, how cute is that gonna look? Now, while I'm wrapping this, of course, I want to remind you guys where I'm going to be. So I will actually be at 2 different conventions coming up. So I want to go ahead and put them on your radar. They're a little bit away, but that way you can make sure you can get the trip. Now, everyone's like, Courtney, do you ever leave Louisiana? And do you ever leave Texas? You always say Louisiana, Texas. Do you ever leave Louisiana, Texas to come out and say hello? Usually, no. Usually, I do not. But I actually will be in Biloxi, Mississippi for EEM, so Everything Embroidery Market, which is funny because I'll be there with ScanNCut. But I will be there, and I will be teaching a lecture style class, so definitely if you can come out, and I'll pop the dates on the screen. If you can come out to come see me, definitely come see me. But if you are not in that area, I will also be in New Orleans for the OSQE event coming up. So I'll pop those dates on there, and that will actually be a hands-on class with me. So those are 2 different ones that I will be at. So I am coming in very quickly. And if you are in the Houston area, I will be there in the Houston location on this date doing a class. But you do have to call that store to see if there are any spots available. So I am all over the place. I am a little bit of everywhere. So definitely come out if you are in any of those areas. Come meet me, come hang out with me, and we'll have a good time. All right, I'm getting to the top of this one. And whenever you get to the heart, like the indentation of the heart, I usually break my pieces, like the strand, in half to do that. So that way it gives me a nice little divot into there. So like that. So just tape within the heart. Doo-doo, like that. What I usually recommend is to actually do the front and back and then do the sides, because the sides are so easy, because all you do is take little bitty strips like this and then pop, 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 just glue them like this, or tape them, whatever you prefer, like that, and then tape them at the top or glue them down, and then go all the way around and in there, and it's so much easier. So the front I feel is probably a little bit harder, so that's why I like to do it first. Harder to cover up things on the front, so I usually like to do the front first. It's up to you. How cute is that? Oh, I love love it. I didn't do really good spacing with the red and pink, so I feel like my red should have been up, or like my pink should have been down. Maybe pink down would have been better. I don't know, but it's so cute. All right, so I'm gonna cover the back of it just like I covered the front of it, and then I'm gonna cover my sides. Are you ready to see the finished product? 3, 2, 1. Well, that was a lot of fun. So tell me down below, which one was your favorite project? Was it the pop-up Valentine card? Was it the tic-tac-toe board we did? Or was it the Valentine heart pinata? So let me know down below which one you guys like. And don't forget that the Brother ScanNCut is available on our website, allbrands.com, as well as a ton of other things. And when you guys do purchase through us, not only are you supporting a mom and pop business, but you're also helping us continue this free education. So thank you. We truly appreciate when you do purchase with us. All right, guys, I hope you had fun. And since you stayed to the very end, I know that you enjoyed these shows and hanging out with me and the After Hours crew, all of us. So we actually started a brand new Facebook group that's called Brother ScanNCut AllBrands After Hours. And it is a group of a bunch of us that love crafting and creating, that watch the show, and I really want to encourage everyone to join that group if you want to share your tips and tricks. If you want to come say hello to me, I am constantly in that group saying hello and hanging out with you guys. So thank you so much to everyone that has already joined. I hadn't like officially announced it on the show, and I think we're at 100 of you guys already. What? You guys are good. You find things quick. You guys are MacGyver. If I ever go missing, I know who to ask. All right, you'll find me. No, just kidding. All right, guys, I had so much fun tonight just hanging out with you and creating some fun projects. I very much enjoy doing these project-based videos because, again, there's stuff that I want to do for myself. But honestly, it shows you how to use your machine in different functions. So let me know if you enjoy these types of videos, and I will make sure to continue to do them. Whew. All right, guys, don't forget to like and subscribe because it's the easiest way to let us know that you want more of these videos. And y'all have a good night. Bye. It'd be helpful if I plugged the machine in. Just the thought. Just the thought. Okay, there we go. We're good. You're good. Come back on. I like the size the card is current. How? I just got a paper cut. This is why we use a brayer tool. And guys, there is a difference between homemade and handmade. We want handmade, not homemade. I want them to be like, wow, this is amazing. Unless it's done by a child, then homemade's best. Cool. Courtney, why does sometimes you take the outer part off before you take the hearts out? It's just me being impatient, just ripping things off my mat, I'm gonna be honest with you. That's what's happening. And again, we're using black matte, blue blade. Wait, that was backwards. We're using